Heroes, villains, a tale as old as time, and the never-ending battle to protect truth and justice from those who thrive on chaos and bloodshed.
Welcome to the Super Breakdown Podcast, where cosmic tales unfold. Join Power Maximus, Lord Triage, and the Prince of Desolation on a journey through heroic realms where legends are born and destinies entwine. Delve into the cosmic currents, unraveling the mysteries of superheroes, villains, and champions. Embrace the cosmic energy that binds us all, and let your journey begin. This is the Super Breakdown Podcast. Enter the Cosmic Saga.
What is up? What is up? What is up? We are back for another week and another amazing episode. Welcome to the Super Breakdown. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the one, the only Darth Legacy himself. Oh, what is up, y'all? How the week been?
Chilling.
Week's been good.
All right. Mine's been all right. Just been chilling. Just got back from the pool, taking a dip, chilling. We got an awesome episode for y'all this week. It's gonna be real fun. We haven't talked about it. I've been wanting to talk about it, but we just got so many other things going on right now. It's crazy. We are going to be breaking down the Star Wars, the Acolyte, episode 1 through 6, which is the episode I just premiered last Wednesday. So we're going to get into it, and then we'll probably do another Acolyte episode once they wrap everything up. But yeah, let's do it. So first and foremost, let's go over how do you guys feel about the show? That the concept in the show in general, like the show in a whole, and then we'll break down like each episode the best we can. So Triage, how do you feel about this whole thing in general, the whole concept and idea?
To me, it was a little too much of a. To me, it's been a little too much of a personal agenda. And that to me has actually kind of bothered me a little bit.
Okay.
But it's one of those things like where it gets revealed that like the man behind the curtain, the Richard Pryor of this whole situation, has basically stated that he expected more from his disciple than what she's been doing. So
I see what you're getting. I see what you're getting at there. I
do too. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't catch that bit. Like a little bit here and there. It was like, really, what is it that you really trying to train her in? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to train her or are you trying to groom her? It's been giving me weird vibes here and there too.
okay, Drake.
Too heavy. Yeah, right? Okay, come here. I hear you like I'm young.
I mean,
what about you?
I like how they've been dropping little hints here and there. I mean, as a modern Star Wars show, I definitely like where they have taken it in comparison to like what the movies are.
And he means episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. Yep.
Very true. Correct. Thank you.
Not the first 6. Right?
Yes,
Wait.
correct.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
For me, so I agree with you a little bit, Jay. I mean, I definitely see where you're getting at, Trish. I see both of those. For me, I enjoy it overall, just because one, I've been wanting something a little more serious than the bullshit that we got with the last three
Exactly.
films. Something a little bit darker, a little more serious, something that makes a little more sense, but also something fresh, something new. And that's been my biggest thing. It's just like over these years, we just haven't gotten anything new since Revenge of the Sith, at least new involving Jedi.
Yeah.
And then again, it's also nice to see the Sith again. And an actual, but here's the thing. Now the question is, like, Kymir's badass. Kymir's definitely badass. And actually, last episode when I was listening in, when he said what his helmet was made out of, Triage, isn't that the same material that Darth Bane as a child was
mining on Apatros? Yes.
It's correct. It's also the same material that Plagueis and Terebras were mining.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, when he said that, I was like, so there are certain tiebacks to, to the Sith and shit like that, especially. I don't know. For me, it's overall I enjoy it. I do like at the beginning, people were talking about, it's agenda pushing because the twin main characters have two moms, but I feel like they did it in a way where it wasn't. I feel like they didn't do it inappropriately. You know what I mean? They made it. They stated loud and clear that
it was a female
Force.
cult. Yeah.
And that Mai and Osha they're pretty much they're children of the Force, like Anakin.
Which would make sense in hindsight because it's stated that Sidious himself only feared 3 people: Yoda, Qui-Gon, and Mother Talzin. But he feared Mother Talzin because of the way she could manipulate the Force and everything she could do as far as witchcraft went. So that whole line, like where she says to her daughters, where she's like, "This isn't about right and wrong; it's about power and who's allowed to wield it."
Mm-hmm.
From that aspect, that makes a lot of sense. And it's like if Plagueis had been manipulating the Force, which we all know he has, because he feared that Anakin Skywalker was sort of like a cosmic fuck you from the Force because everything that he was doing to manipulate it. It's one of the things like where if he wasn't the only person who was thinking this way, it would make sense that someone else had done this also.
And that makes sense because right now I'm, as everyone knows, I'm reading Darth Bane's story. Don't worry, I'll get the last book back to you soon. And a lot of what Bane is doing in this last book, a lot of what Bane has been doing throughout these 3 books is learning from past Sith, the ancient Sith Lords. And so at some point in time, someone has done something that the current Sith Lord is trying to do. So when it comes to, manipulating the Force, yes, we've seen people manipulating the Force to create a human or a human being or just like a living being. We've seen it before, so it would make sense that other people are trying to replicate that because that's like an ultimate use of the Force.
Yeah, it's the ultimate. It's like the way to make a weapon, almost.
Exactly. You can, so if you take what Bane in the 3rd book is trying to learn from Darth Amadeus, I don't know, Amadeus, whatever his name is.
It was Darth Undead.
What was it?
Darth Undead.
Oh, Darth Yeah. Okay. I didn't read that as pronunciation. But yeah, pretty much. So if they took that ideology, which is using the force to transfer your consciousness into another body, if you were to add that in with using the force to create a body to take, that's ridiculous. That literally transcends death. Literally
Yes.
transcends death. You can literally set yourself up for a body, for a whole nother body, for like you can do like what 20 years if you mastered both of those abilities. Like it'll be mass fucking chaos. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Welcome to the show. Feel free to join into the conversation. Shoot some comments out at us. We'll talk about them. Come on, join on in. Definitely, the more the merrier. It's gonna make the show even better.
Well, that was one of the things they were always talking about with Anakin Skywalker, because it was said that when he became Vader, he could have doubled his, but he had the potential to double his power and be twice as strong as Palpatine. But after he got put into the suit, he only at max maybe reached about 80% of what Palpatine's power was instead of
Yeah.
doubling it. So the whole concept was that if Anakin could have done that, he could have just cloned himself with all his remaining limbs, had a brand new body, and then just transferred his consciousness into that new body. This is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why if you played the
Force
the
Unleashed.
the Star Killer games, that whenever they always go, so in the second one when he always goes, I'm not him, I'm not Galen Merrick, I'm a clone. He goes, it's impossible. No one's ever cloned Jedi. It can't be done.
Yes, I remember that.
So, and that right there, that in itself would have been absolutely fucking broken. And I feel like the whole cloning of because if you think about it, so when is so Anakin loses his hand, right? He has a prosthetic hand in Clone Wars or before Clone Wars? Yeah, in Clone Wars, right? He ends up getting his robotic hand, right? And then when he ends up fighting,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith, that's when he gets shish kebab. So then he's missing. He ends up
All
missing
limbs.
all limbs. He ends up missing his other hand, and then his legs. So here's my thing, and we'll get back to the Acolyte in a second. This is what. All right. So this is what I see the way I would have done the 3 movies. Don't worry, everyone who's watching, we're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back around to the Acolyte. I just want to make this very well known right now. With the last 3 movies, they should have gone with them being clones of Anakin and Luke, since they both and I'm losing their damn hands, right? So, and at least both clones of Anakin, or something like that. Because
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it just would have made more sense than them being, one's a Skywalker who's on the dark side, one's a Palpatine who's on the light side, and they're just somehow connected.
In the original book,
it was on Leia and Han. They had 2 sons. One fell on the dark side and one stayed on the light side.
Correct. Yeah.
So I feel like if they didn't want to take that whole story, they could have easily just taken a portion, or at least the concept of that story, and had them be twins or twin clones. You know what I mean? But yeah. Needless to say.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah, that. I feel like they're with the Acolyte, like it's set 100 years before Episode 1. So now they're trying to backpedal and introduce certain concepts into the Star Wars lore.
Yes,
So
yes.
that when you go back to the last 3 movies, like, oh, okay, so this is possible in the lore and that's possible, or so the movies make sense. No, damn it, no, the movies still don't make sense. Still don't make sense. Because the Jedi are literally the best record keepers.
Nah,
I mean, they're like the Vatican. They tell you what you want. They tell you what they want to tell you. But I feel like it's like, but something like that, you know what I mean, would, I don't know. I just feel like you can't. It's already out there. It's already out there. Don't try to backpedal. Just make something new. Do something new. You fucked up. Own it. Move on.
well, but my thing with that is also it's one of those things where you've seen people do phenomenal shit with the Force, from Mace Windu and everything he does with the Shatter Point, to Anakin, how sharp it made his senses, to fucking Leia surviving in the vacuum of space. All right.
Yes, all true.
So it's
all
like,
happened.
so like Star Killer ripping a Star Destroyer out the sky or other shit, or
I
like,
want to see that, please.
In live action, yes, that would be fucking sick.
Like, especially with Sam Witwer actually being Star Killer. So it's like, actually, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, I still don't understand why the character is not canon. I really don't. Everyone claims he's oh so OP'd, but is he really? Well,
Is he
again,
really? Especially if you read the books and you're hearing stories about Sith who literally have been able to use the Force to. I've been saying, I said this all throughout May. All throughout May, this is what I've been saying. We have stories of Sith that are able to use the Force to implode a sun, make it go supernova. We have Sith that are so powerful in the dark side of the Force that they are able to absorb the entire planet's force, life force, and kill everything.
One thing that I do appreciate in the Acolyte that they touch on, and that they, that other things that, like, as you've said, other things that they're touching on, like how
we know what Chimere's trying to touch on.
Chimere. Oh boy. Well, he says, as he's talking to Osha, he says to her, "The Jedi have taught you one way to tap into the Force, but there's another way." And some of the things that Chimere says, you can relate back to some of the things that some of the lore that is even in the comics, which is just great.
Yeah, I definitely do like that. They make him, like, the way they wrote his character, he is, from what I can, the vibe that I'm getting from it is that he is a true student of the dark side.
Correct.
We don't know. I don't know. He actually might be older than he looks too.
That's what he said. He said,
she's like,
he admits.
I don't remember you. You're not much older than me. He's like, it was a long time ago.
A really long time ago. He admits he was a Jedi. And my theory is that he was once Vernestra's student.
The one with the whip.
Correct.
Which, here's my thing. Now,
which is why he says to Soul, "You don't remember me, Master Soul."
So here's my thing about Vernestra, right? So
that was so beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. But the one small quirk about it is that, like,
she apparently is like super old as well.
Yes.
Like Yoda type character. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if she's as old as Yoda, but she's like super wise, super powerful.
Yeah. So my thing with her is that from everything that I've read is that the Force whips were kind of like forbidden for the Jedi to use. They felt like it wasn't a proper or honorable weapon, and so when she created her Force whip, or I'm sorry, her her lightsaber whip, she had kind of like tucked it away as like a last resort type shit. So to see her immediately just whip that, well, hold on, pause. Just immediately see her just go straight to it and use it that way. Cool as hell. As cool as it is. It's cool as hell that is. I feel like for me it breaks the lore that I've read about her already. And I know people are gonna say, well, comics and the books aren't canon. They should be. Look at the pile of dog shit the last 3 movies that they gave us were. You want that to be canon over what's in the comics and the books? Come on, y'all. Come on now.
I do. I know of what you speak, like when you say that you've read that's what the Jedi thought of the whips.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Sith weapon, an iconic Sith weapon in the books. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shocker. It is.
Not really. Not to me, because
Definitely.
the idea of the lightsaber is supposed to always reflect the individual. For example, whenever a knight becomes a master, they're supposed to make a new lightsaber to reflect their previous master saber. Dooku completely broke that tradition because his saber is nothing like Yoda's. As a matter of fact, he went as far as to make his saber curved specifically for dueling in an aggressive form of combat, which is the Jedi are not known for.
Yeah, he broke a lot of rules.
So it's like that whole thing with the whip is not necessarily. And here's the thing too, because it all depends on how you build your lightsaber. Because your lightsaber could turn on at the touch of a button. It could turn on with the grip. Like you just seen this, his lightsaber separated into 2 different blades, and then he could put it back together.
Yeah.
So it's like
very true. There's ways you can make the blade stronger, dimmer, brighter,
longer.
Yeah.
I mean, because I just saw like some random it was probably some fan made thing, but a story that Luke had ended up training an Ewok and had built a lightsaber for an Ewok and had made it custom to like Yoda size and shit like that. I mean, I do find this nice because we're seeing like more species of Jedi.
Yes.
And
yes, we are.
Before, all we ever really saw were humans primarily, Twi'leks, whatever Mundi is. I forget what race Mundi is. But his race, and apparently he's old as shit too. Cause you see him in episode 5. Arde what was his name? Arde Mundi, Master Mundi. We see him in episode 5, and it actually lists his name in the credits. So that's actually the character.
Yeah, it is.
So that means he's well over 100 years old as well.
That's true.
And now that brings in a plot hole right there. That right there brings a plot hole in there. So Qui-Gon, when he after him, Obi-Wan and Anakin ran into Maul for the first time, and Qui-Gon was like, "That's a Sith. They haven't been seen for over 100 years, whatever, right?" Qui-Gon goes and tells the council, and guess who's on the council? Mundi's on the council, and he openly says, Sith haven't existed for over 100 years.
But see, that's why I think that Like I don't know how long they're gonna make the Acolyte. I don't know if they're gonna make
Yeah, I
it
think we
2,
probably got
3
like a good
seasons.
another 2 episodes.
But
in.
I think that they're gonna make it so the Jedi completely like bury this.
Or it's gonna be one of those things like where no one lives to tell the tale.
I'm down with that.
That too, because you hear what Kymir said.
I mean, that's what Bane was doing. That's what
Listen.
Bane and Anna were doing.
That's what one of Bane's rules was.
Whoever finds out about us, they gotta die.
If anyone sees your face, they die. That's one of his rules.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how this ends because you're right. Because of the fact that Vanestra greenlit this mission,
and now
and they're
last episode she was acting quite strange.
And then you end up, if you paid attention to what she was saying to the Padawan, they're in the middle of a political debate. They're in the middle of it's pretty much like election year for them right now. And and the current chancellor isn't a fan of the Jedi. Nope. And there's a certain like law, whatever, that they're trying to get passed. And if they find out that Vanestra, greenlit a mission that resulted in like
the death
Jedi dying,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But then, even worse of all, if it comes out about whatever happened, whatever Soul and the other 3 Jedi did while they're on that planet, it's a whole conspiracy right now.
Yes.
I don't think they did actually do anything.
I don't know. The way Saul's acting and the way they all were acting, like, come on, think about it. So
Saul blames himself for not being able to save her. That's his thing, because he let one fall and couldn't save the other. And I don't mean that as actually letting her fall. I mean as like the fall. So it's like,
yeah.
My whole thing is like, we saw that there was a fire, and then they're running through, and then all these women are dead, but no one ever said how they died. So it's like,
you hear them scream. And like when May is traveling underneath them, you hear, or Osha or whoever, which one, but she's walking underneath them and she hears them scream above her.
Yeah. I'm telling you, what it was that the Jedi came back to get May. They weren't having it. A fight breaks out. The Jedi murked them all.
Nah.
I think that a Sith was there that night.
Definitely.
Because a Sith was trying to get the children.
Oh, that would be.
Because we never knew when he met May or how he met May. He could have been watching. He could have been watching all along, or his master, or who else. Like, there's many scenarios that could have played themselves out, because it's one of those things like where they might have thought them going there is what caused this. Like, there's a very simple saying: there's what I said, there's what you said, and then there's the truth.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
So we've already seen how Osha remembers the scenario, but Osha can remember this story completely different from May.
Correct. Like, yes, exactly.
Clearly, May survived.
That's why she's like, "Oh, they brainwashed you."
Because we still don't know what
May knows something that happened. That Soul and May know something that happened, and that's why when May finally is in front of Soul, and Soul has stuns her, and then
he's like,
restrains her.
He's like,
I've been waiting 16 years to think about what I was going to say to you if I ever saw you. Yeah, and like, now you're going to listen.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you go, but I got some things to say to you first. So I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility.
So as well. Maybe he saw her get taken by a Sith that night.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't able to defeat him, and that's probably why he feels his regret. But What about Torben though? Because Torben has been in that meditative state ever since then to try to find solace and penance.
But that's also
isolated himself onto Kafar.
But that's also for what he might perceive as what actually happened. Once again, if you went out, he was still a Padawan, so it's like if he went on some diplomatic mission to go talk, and he's still a rookie, and it resulted in the death of these some odd innocent women, like that's enough to fuck anybody up.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's like they're supposed to be monks and non-peaceful and against violence to a certain extreme anyway. That was the whole thing with Barris Offee and why she fell to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Like she literally says the whole war shows the failures for listen. Like we were supposed to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers. And then what was it Anakin said to Ahsoka? I trained you to be a soldier. I trained you to be a survivor. He didn't train her to be a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's true. Very
because
true.
I feel like get off a little side tangent. I feel like Anakin had already made up his mind about the Order long before he air quote fell to the dark side. I personally feel like he had already made up his mind, and so he's like, you know what? I now have a Padawan. I'm going to train her not as a Jedi but as a survivor, because Anakin spent what? Let's see. Qui-Gon kidnapped him at what? He was like 10?
9.
9? And then we see him, he's about, in the next movie, he's like what, 20?
Yep, about that.
So he's had 20 years of, seeing the Jedi, how the Jedi work and move and dealing with the Jedi and shit like that. So after 20 years, if you are a free thinker yourself, you know what I mean? After a while, you're going to start not liking certain things that are going on. Like, well, this would be more efficient if we did it this way. This would be more efficient if we did it that way. So I personally feel like he had already made up his mind about, his feelings on the Order. And so he was like, I'm a Jedi, and wherever they go, they tell me to keep peace. I'm gonna keep the peace. That's why he was like, all right, I'm a Jedi Knight. I'm a knight. I'm a warrior. I fight. That's what I do. I'm not a monk. I'm not a sentinel. I'm not master. I'm not on accounts. Well, technically he was. Did he ever accept that offer to be on the council?
What offer?
I don't. Yeah,
yeah. Because remember, they said they said we'll grant you a seat on this council, but will not grant you the title of master. That's what set him off in the first place. Because you're gonna be on the council. Yeah. So, but did he accept that?
I mean, yeah, he took his seat. Yeah, but it's like he had a chair. Big deal.
Yeah. No. I'm just thinking. Because it's now from now that he's on the council. And honestly, that shit just don't make sense to me. How the fuck are you gonna let a Jedi Knight be on your council? Because now some shit break out. Now you gotta send a member of your council out to fight.
Well, the whole thing is that there were plenty of people that they could have sent, but the whole issue is that they felt like they were holding back the chosen one. Anakin Skywalker was the big gun. It's like if there was the DC universe and there was an alien invasion and they got Superman somewhere typing up paperwork.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But I don't know. I feel like
that's true.
Yeah. But this show has really, it's done a lot of good, but I think it's also backfiring a little bit on Disney and Lucasfilms because of how, personally, I think it's great. Personally, me. Because it's doing so good, now people are looking at him like, really? Really? You could have been giving us this the whole time?
Listen, man, like I said, I'm still not blown out the water. I'm not. I'm intrigued. I want to see what happens next, but I'm not a big fan of nothing I've seen from none of the Jedi. These niggas were outnumbered fucking 8-1 and still lost.
Yeah. Yeah. What? But wait. With with that being said, none of them, not even Soul, the only master there, had been trained to fight a Sith. None of them had been trained to deal with somebody who is truly imbued with the dark side.
One's got nothing to do with the other. That's like saying Obi-Wan had no right beating Darth Maul then.
Honestly.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Very true.
Honestly, I feel like when it came to the Duel of Fate, I feel like Obi-Wan won because in that moment, we'll talk about this again. I personally feel like he did give in to his dark side a little bit, but also he had time to sit there and watch and learn in that moment. And that's one thing about Obi-Wan. He was an excellent fucking student and he learned. You know, he didn't just, you know, he didn't have all the issues that Anakin had. You know, he wasn't, yeah, I mean, he had his hot temper, right? But so that was already ingrained into him. So now he's pissed. My master's dead. Oh, I bet it's on. So he started to fight with him on a more aggressive way. And as you see, that changed his fighting style going forward.
So but even then, he didn't stay with an aggressive style. He switched to a defensive style. If anything, Qui-Gon's death changed him more for the better than anything.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But in that moment, I think like after that, this is something that we didn't see on screen, but I feel like in that moment, he realized that, damn, I really did use a lot of anger in this moment. And the Sith are back. I need to take a step back, reevaluate. And now I have a Padawan. You know, now it's like think of it this way. It's like you're like a 23-year-old, you know, you just turned 23, you're out, you're running the streets, you're partying every fucking night, this and that. Whoop, now you find out that you're about to have a baby and it changes your mind. You're like, shit, I got to get my shit together. Shit's getting real. This shit's about to get serious. Now I got a Padawan I have to train. The Sith are back. Everyone knows the Sith are back. Yeah, and so I feel like that's what made him switch his style. But in that moment, I personally feel like he definitely used a lot of rage and maybe even a little bit of the dark side with that one. But I don't know. I just feel like these Jedi, the High Republic Jedi, though they are skilled, ain't none of them.
They got powdered noses.
Yes, they're politicians. They're peacekeepers. They ain't got shit on the General Hoths. They ain't got shit on Massive Valentine. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got shit on them old Republic Jedi. These motherfuckers that were fighting in wars and shit.
Well, you see the shit that Revan was capable of and everything that was going on with him. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. But
those Jedi were bred in war. Those Jedi were bred in war.
But then again, by that theory, that's I can't even acknowledge that, because once again, that all goes back to who your master is and your own personal struggle. Because there are plenty of people who are tempted by the dark side and never once fall to its allure.
I mean that's true. You know, and that's why I'm saying that, like, even with so yeah, if we bring it back to Obi-Wan and we look at it, and like you said, it's about your master. We look at that lineage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yoda trained Dooku trained Qui-Gon, Qui-Gon trained Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan trained Anakin. Look how old Yoda is. Yoda was what? He was just just shy of 1,000 or some shit.
When he died, yeah.
Yeah, when he died, he was just shy of 1,000. So I mean, he was already maybe over 900 years old in episode 1.
Yeah.
So that man so honestly, Yoda's probably alive. He's probably in a Jedi temple. He's probably on Coruscant while the Acolyte's taking place.
He probably is.
Which means he was a child. He was a child when Bane was doing his shit. He was a child, so he probably doesn't remember because his race ages slowly. But yeah, so he was a child when Darth Bane was running his shit. So he had to have learned about the Battle of Rasan, the last great battle between the light and dark. He knows about this, so he was trained with that shit. And so then you had the Rasan Reformation, and then all the Jedi pretty much became politicians and monks and shit. And that's what led into the high, and that's why the High Republic was riding high so long. And I want to point out, the Jedi owe all of the High Republic success to Darth Bane. I'm just saying, because my nigga laid low and had all his disciples, everyone going all the way down, had them lay low the whole time. That's the only reason why the Jedi were able to get to the level of success. If he had said, screw it, and he went after he killed the Brotherhood, and he just went rampant.
I mean, do you think he would have succeeded right away if he went right away?
I wouldn't. No, I don't think so, because he was still fresh. He was still green. He was still green behind the ears. He was still wet behind the ears. So not right away, but at any time within, I'd say what? So Bane goes to Korriban when he's like what, 19?
Yeah, I think so.
Like 19, 20. So, and then let's see, there's 2 10-year time skips. So what, he's in his 40s. So at some point within those 20 years, if he had been like, you know what, I'm going to just go all out and built his own shit up and did his own thing, he would have absolutely, they would still be at war. They would still be at war right now. They would still be at war right now. I just feel like that the Bane's cunning and the way that he used the Force, the dark side of the Force, he could have easily built up his own army, not have a Brotherhood. He could have literally did the same shit that the ancient Sith Lords did. One at the top and everyone trying to fight up the ranks to get to him. But they're in a war, so everything else is being scattered. And especially if he had Xana as his left hand, as his right hand, and especially with her mastery of the Sith sorcery, she could have had everyone walk in line.
No, I don't think it would have worked.
It probably wouldn't have, but they wouldn't have had as long as a peace as the Jedi have had. He would have. I do agree. The Jedi.
I do agree that their peace is
alive.
Yeah, their peace is alive. Yes, peace is alive. There's only passion. So, but come on,
made them complacent. That's one of the reasons why they were able to cripple them the way they were.
Correct,
and that was his plan.
The problems anymore.
Yeah, and that was his plan. His plan was to let them get complacent, let them get comfy, let them think everything's good, and then right when they think that they're solid, bang, strike when they're highly unsuspecting. That was his whole plan. That was his whole idea. So I don't know. I just feel like, so for me, I'm interested to see one, who Chimere's master was.
Is
It is. No, I
so
would say
excited.
was, because now he's looking for his own apprentice now.
Well,
So
you see, the thing is, this is what you have to remember. He specifically
said
says, I want a
acolyte.
pupil. I want an acolyte,
He
which
doesn't say
means he
apprentice.
himself is an apprentice.
You're right.
He admits that.
Because technically Maul was
An
Sidious's acolyte.
Yeah.
So he has a master. And it's already confirmed that there will be an appearance of 2 Siths in this series.
All right, so fine, fuck it. Now we gotta research and go even further back. I'd say what?
So I think that the clues that he gives when he's talking to Osha, and Osha, is asking him who he is. He admits he's a Jedi, but he's like, it was a long time ago. Now, how long of a time ago? It could he be Vernestra's student, or could it go back even further? Could his master, being a Sith Lord, already successfully be able to extend life? I don't know. How old is he?
That is a very good point. Because the way he speaks, like,
and Vernestra, Master Vernestra is hundreds of years old as well.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know.
But here's the thing: he could have been a Padawan at the same time Soul was a Padawan.
Exactly. Which is why he said, "Don't remember me, Master Soul?" It's just so tantalizing.
And Soul's been a master for a while, because even that 16 years prior to that, he was, he was still a master when they went to when they first went there. There was 3 masters and a Padawan.
Yeah. Yep.
Because now I'm really thinking, because this is the big thing with Star Wars, time. And that has always been the biggest thing, at least for me, when it came to Star Wars, is looking at time frame. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How far apart is everything from everything?
Yes.
I don't know. How do you feel? I don't know. That's just my thing.
How does everything fit together?
Yes. But I don't know. You guys, maybe you're right. Maybe, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was always wondering, I was like, why is he calling her an acolyte if he's supposed to be her master?
He openly admits an acolyte. He uses the word, "I want a pupil," an acolyte, which means he himself is an apprentice.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Hear from some of our awesome friends in the podcast universe doing some amazing, amazing things. Midnight Comics, Room Full of Blurs, Icarus Pod. Let's take a moment. Let's hear from them, and then we'll be right back.
Going on, everybody? Lloyd Jones with Midnight Comics here, and we'd like to introduce you guys to our show, The Indie Breakdown, a show where we break down your favorite indie comic book characters' power, stats, and abilities, and get them ready for an eventual indie versus matchup. All Indie Breakdown episodes go live first on Spotify and on Patreon, with them eventually showing up on YouTube. So if you guys want to check out The Indie Breakdown and learn more from your favorite indie comic book creators, now's the time to do so. We hope you guys decide to tune in, and remember, until next time, midnight is coming.
Hi, I go by Lady Mandalore, the creator of Roomful of Words. Do you have a whiteboard in your room? Do people get a glazed over look in their eye when you start to explain things to them? Well, come join me every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we can talk comics and get to know some new creators of color, only on YouTube and Twitch.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Calvin, from the Icarus Podcast, and I just want to say that we got new episodes coming next Saturday and every Saturday after that. So all I would have to say from here is keep enjoying the show. You can check us out, www.icarusmetrocomics.com. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and more. See y'all next time.
Hey, Shiro! Looks like we have the same shirt. Where'd you get yours?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Haruto here told me about this awesome podcast. So I checked them out, and they had merch on the site.
Oh my god! Was it the Super Breakdown podcast? I love those guys. I thought I was the only one who knew about their new merch line.
Nope. I follow them too. So I told Shiro here about them. These new shirts and hoodies feel great. I can't wait for the official launch to see what other designs they have in store.
Oh, hey guys. Oh, so you found out about TSB podcast too? And you all got the shirts? Well, I got the hoodie. I kind of love this thing. It's so warm. It lets a slight breeze through, so I don't get too hot with the spring weather, but not too cold at the same time.
Oh my god, Emmy! You look so cute and comfy in that. I'm gonna get me one just like it, so we can be twins! Hey everyone watching! If you want to get yourself one of these amazing t-shirts or hoodies, check out the Super Breakdown podcast every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all of your favorite streaming platforms, like YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Facebook. Then head over to thesuperbreakdown.com and check out their merch shop on April 1st at 12 p.m. for the official launch of their Fuck Prep Time line. And don't forget to follow them on Instagram, okay? See you there!
All right. We are back. For all those who are just tuning in, we are going over Acolyte episodes 1 through 6 in a very weird, hopscotchy way. We're touching on different aspects of the show, and then compare them to our current knowledge of of Star Wars and Star Wars universe. All of us have read other media when it comes to Star Wars. Of course, we've seen the movies, but Jason's read the comic books. I believe Triage has read a few of the comic books. He's currently loaning me the Darth Bane series, book series, and it's absolutely amazing. So just taking a look at what they've already given us compared to what they can use and what they're giving us with Acolyte, and how that kind of squares up against what they could be doing. And I'm pretty sure we've all come to the consensus that, like, although Acolyte is good, they got more to give.
Yeah.
Personally, me, I feel like they definitely have more to give. So I'm interested. I like it. I think it's dope to finally see.
Let me ask you a simple question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the twins?
The twins?
I think they're noobs.
So for me, I feel like OSHA. I feel like each of their individual drives make sense for the information that we've been given about their lives. So one twin is, she was never able to get over the loss of her sister, or air quote loss of her sister. So that's also that came into conflict with her Jedi training. But who wouldn't? You're however young. They said it was 16 years ago. Yeah, so like you're 16. You're mad young. You just watched your entire family die.
I'm gonna guess that they were like around 5 or 6, because now they're like 21, 20 maybe.
Yeah. You're like young adults. So it's like, and you expect a child to get over watching her entire family be like burned and from her perspective, because perspective is everything. Her perspective, her sister pretty much started a fire that burned the rest of their family alive, and she lost her sister in the same way. So for her to be like, yeah, I've always wanted to be a Jedi, but now she's like, I feel like she's looking at it's like, all right, I wanted to be a Jedi so bad, but look what it cost me.
Yeah.
Now, May, on the other hand, her thing is, I wanted my sister so bad, and look what it cost me. But now, to her, she has a way of getting that back by the promises that have been made to her by, I'm gonna call them, we can't do Darths, because apparently we've come to an understanding that he is not a Sith Lord. He himself is an apprentice. He's a pretty fucking powerful ass apprentice.
Yes, he is.
But again, I already know where you're about to go with that, Triage. He's a pretty powerful apprentice, yet he also was with some powdered nose ass Jedis. They didn't know what real power was. What was that?
My question is, and this is the thing too, because we're also making the assumption that he is from Bane's line. Fuck. We're making the assumption
that is an assumption.
There isn't a guarantee
it is
to
an assumption. It is an assumption.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But all right, so you guys, explain this to me, you guys. So, when you say Bane's line, I see every Sith that has come after Bane as a part of Bane's line.
No, that's not the way it works.
Okay. All right, explain it for me. What is it?
Well, go ahead.
So,
Frank.
in order for you to be from Bane's line, you have to be one of the people like who's a direct student of one of his students. So it means whoever Xana picked the train, whoever that person picked the train all the way down.
Like from Bane, correct?
Right.
Like that. That would be from Bane's line. Yeah.
And that's not how it happened.
Well,
no,
we don't know.
We don't know because he says himself, "You might call me a Sith." He didn't state he was a Sith. Anyone who was from Bane's line would have just said that. They would already identify themselves as a Sith.
You're saying, say that again. You're saying anyone from Bane's line would say that.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like Xana took the teachings to heart, what Bane taught her, and then so did her apprentice, and then down the line. So it's like anyone who is from Bane's line, who is a student of a student of a student, is directly connected to the Sith. So he just said, someone like, "You might call me a Sith." He never said he was. And here's another thing. If you look at his blade doesn't look like red to me.
Really?
It has a red tone to it, but it's not like the way
white.
It looks a little orange to me.
I was gonna say pink.
Pink? Huh.
It looks more white. There's more white than red. Like.
So you're thinking that he hasn't been able to completely bleed his saber yet?
Not even that. It might be one of those things like where he didn't bleed the saber.
thinking that could be his air quote master saber?
No, it could just be the color of his kyber crystal.
Ah, true. That is very true. Ah, so you're just big against him not being a Sith. You don't want him to be a Sith. You're like, no, you're not dark enough. Damn it. Damn. I don't know.
I just think it's cool that we have these hints, such as the cortosis and some of the things that he says that kind of relate to Bane.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't know for a fact if he is from Bane's line or if he is just a rogue Jedi that has fallen, that knows of the Sith and is now
trying to claim.
Yeah.
For example, no one called Skull and Hottie Sith.
Yeah, that's true.
From Ahsoka, no one called Skull and Hottie Sith.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's the thing. They didn't call this stuff. They weren't Sith. They were actually legit dark Jedi. They didn't use the dark side of the Force. They just used the Force. They used all the same things of the Jedi. They just didn't follow the Jedi code. And in book 3, I'm at the part right now where Xana is kind of like testing out this so-called, well, as they called him, they actually called him a dark Jedi in the book. This dark Jedi that she's kind of like testing to see if he could be her Padawan. I'm sorry, her apprentice. So dark, like a gray Jedi is not a thing, but a dark Jedi is.
No. Fucking gray Jedi.
What's the difference between a dark Jedi and a gray Jedi? They do the same shit, don't they?
How fucking dare you ask me that question? Oh.
A gray Jedi knows the difference. A gray Jedi knows the difference from right and wrong, but chooses to follow a path in between. A dark Jedi just fucks everybody and chooses what they want to do.
All right, so they have no. So dark Jedi is someone that has
an opposite moral code.
They have an allegiance to themselves, and whatever it is that they want to do, what makes them feel good, they're just a regular. They're like pretty much. They're just a hood nigga with powers. They do what they want, say what they want, and whatever makes them happy. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. The idea of a gray Jedi is fucking stupid. It don't make no damn sense. Because, like, what are the Jedi? Fucking what? That when you do it that way, it makes a Jedi sound like the fucking Green Lantern Corps. That's the way I see him. I was like, oh, there's a light Jedi, there's a gray Jedi, there's a black Jedi, there's a blue Jedi. Each one of them has a different power. What? No, damn it! No, I personally do not like the idea, the concept of a gray Jedi. But then I'm like, so the idea of a gray Jedi is
if you look at Ahsoka, then you understand what a gray Jedi is, though.
Yeah, what it's supposed to be. But no, I would count Skull and Hadi as dark Jedi because they're out for themselves. They want power for themselves. They don't care about the light side. They don't care about the dark side.
Yeah.
They just care about themselves. Like, they have no necessary ill will against either side. They're just doing their own damn thing. And whoever's going to help them get to their goal is who they rock with. They're like Jedi mercenaries.
Jedi mercenaries.
That's kind of how that's the easiest way for me to explain it. A Jedi mercenary. Whoever's going to help them get to their goal, that's who they're rocking with. and then it's probably gonna end up fucking them over in the end to get even more over to take that person's cut too. I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So Trios, what you're saying is that there's a possibility that Chimere could just be, like you said, a rogue Jedi, a dark Jedi who is trying to become a Sith. And he feels like in order to become a Sith Lord, you need an apprentice or an acolyte, so to speak. And honestly, yeah, that makes more sense though. That makes way more sense because just the way he talks about having someone to teach, it's like almost out of desperation.
Yeah, it is. It is strange that is what he wants the most.
Yeah. So because that makes sense. If he was already a Sith and had already been trained by a true Sith Lord, then all he wants is to grow. All he truly wants is to grow his power.
Then again,
and his understanding of the dark side, right?
Then again, how would he know of the cortosis?
That's the other thing too. That's the other thing. How would he know that the cortosis had that effect on lightsabers?
He knew everything about cortosis.
Yeah. And the fact that he was able to get that much and form a helmet out of it.
I mean, where else do we hear about that knowledge?
Exactly. Same thing with the he could have found Bane's holocron. He could have found Bane's holocron. Because by the time you get to the middle of the third book in Bane's story, he's completed the holocron. Because at the end of, I'm pretty sure it's like at the end of book 2. Yeah, the ending of book 2 is where he ends up getting the knowledge on how to make the holocron. So, by the middle of book 3, he's already created his holocron.
Okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that's a possibility as well. Because remember, Bane was really taught by holocrons for the most part.
Yes,
he got the basics from Korriban.
He was like, out of any Sith Lord, the dark side flowed freely through him the most.
Yeah, it's because he realized and understood he understood what it truly meant to
he was basically the dark side
incarnate.
In the manifestation of a person. Yeah.
Technically, he was what they would call the Sith
to tip
Art.
the scales. That's another thing. You hear Vernestra say this, to tip the scales.
Yeah.
That's a line she says when they are going over the battle scene.
So Triage, before you popped out, like literally right after you dropped out, he had brought up that how would Chimere know so much about the cortosis?
Oh, that's a great question.
Right? And I said that's right. And how would he know the effects that cortosis would have on a lightsaber? He specifically says it's really good against lightsabers. So right now, that's two materials that we now know are good against lightsabers: Beskar and cortosis.
Well, this is one of the questions my boy, shout out to my boy Andre Taylor. He had asked me back when I had turned him on to the Bane trilogy. He was like, "What's stronger, Beskar or Kurtosis?" And they said that the fact that just you would have to work for hours on end just to mine a small piece of it, because the fact it was so hard to mine, it was so hard to refine, also made it extremely hard to mine.
Yes, it was dangerous.
Yeah. People would have to mine for hours just to get a small bit of it. And that was supposed to be what was paying off for the wages, at least on the planet that Bane is from, that Bane grew up on, Apatros. So, and then I brought up, and then how would he have gotten that much to end up to refine it, and then also have enough to build a whole sensory deprivation helmet? And then who taught him about the sensory deprivation?
Oh, well, that would have been one of those things, like he said, it like back when we were young, when we were Jedi. So it's something he would have learned from the Order. But like I said, using using that material for it is the part that makes me scratch my head. So it's like I said,
so I brought up the fact: what if he found Bane's holocron?
That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Because he taught May the Sith Oath. Peace is a lie. There's only passion. Right? So that connects. Cortosis connects. Right? And then his eagerness to want a pupil connects as well. Because by the time Bane was in his 40s, he was getting nervous that Xana wasn't trying to take the spot as Sith Lord. And his main thing was for the Sith to continue. So
he did say the power of two. He also did say that.
Yep. He did say that. Yes, he did say that. And you know what I just realized? When Vernestra and the other Jedi that she brings are going over the battle scene, when she says, like the Jedi asks, like, why, like, and then she mutters to herself something to tip the scales, which that line is literally directly quoted from Plagueis. From the book. And I found that interesting.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn, we getting somewheres. We definitely getting somewheres. I don't know. Because I feel like he has some relation.
Plagueis says that as he's trying to come up with the plan that is going to eventually take down the Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he says to himself, like something to tip the scales.
Yeah, so I feel like he has some kind of connection to Bane or someone in Bane's lineage. Because we don't know about his background. We don't know where he's from. For all we know, him training as a Jedi could have been part of the plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you know, Xana had learned how to mask her dark side while she was going through the Temple of Coruscant to find information about the Orbalisk and where Typhon is.
I think that Osha is going to become the new Acolyte, and May is going to become the new Jedi.
Yeah, that's the way that they're running it right now. That's definitely the way they're going with that.
Because obviously, like, that's basically what Chimere says.
Yeah, like May. I expected more from your sister.
Like he got it wrong. He chose the wrong one in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Because May is all about revenge. That's all she wants. She just wants revenge. Revenge for what is the question, which is what we're going to find out in this next episode. Revenge for what? I'm telling you, I think there was a battle, and I think the 4 Jedi killed the sisters. And while there was
something
a fire
happened.
going on, or when May started the fire, the sisters could have thought it was the Jedi that did it to try to kill them, because it was already they were already. I know it's a stretch, but they were already on 10. You know what I'm saying? They already wanted the Jedi head for even stepping in there. So for them, it's not a far jump for them to think that, oh, this happened. It's a Jedi. They did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
like someone manipulated the witches, and then they struck and and it struck first. In actuality, thinking that they were striking in retaliation.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And then, now all 4 of those Jedi have kind of like I said, Torben went into full meditative state. Konaka completely isolated himself. What was her name? I don't want to call her Trinity. I don't want to do that. Everyone's been started with a T.
Oh my gosh. No, Master. Oh my gosh, I forget.
Damn it! I didn't want to call her Trinity, but I have to call her Trinity. Trinity, she kind of isolated herself onto another planet as well. Master Soul's the only one who stayed, and his way of kind of repenting was to do better. For to try again, to do better. And he kept it to his chest.
Yeah.
So something happened between the Jedi and the sisters. And it had to have resulted because May started that fire.
Something happened that night that we don't know.
And hopefully this next episode, they do some exposition and then let Soul finally fucking tell her what's going on. And tell us, damn it, I want to know. I like it. Triage, I agree with you. It's not mind-blowing by any means, but it is quite a few leagues above the last 3 movies. And so I'm going to celebrate the little victories. With this and, be excited that we got this and we got to see one man murk fucking 10 Jedi.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
And then took on a Wookiee.
Well, shit. We don't know if he took on the Wookiee. He could have snuck the Wookiee. It could have been a 1v20 Wookiee. I don't know. We don't know. We just saw the Wookiee was dead. And I don't know what kind of animal rights type shit that was, but
that's true. It was brutal.
It definitely was brutal.
There was no fight with the Wookiee. We just saw the Wookiee was dead.
And here's my thing. How strong is he in the Force to sneak up on a Force-sensitive Wookiee? The Wookiee already has animalistic senses. Then on top of that, he's Force-sensitive? So, how strong is he, as of right now, that he was able to sneak up on a Force-sensitive Wookiee?
Well, you see the way he's levitating in and out of places. He's
man, listen.
That was crazy. I'm sorry.
I'll be straight with y'all. I got a whole lot of Prince vibes from that scene.
It's a game. Wow.
The way he just slid down out the trees.
Oh my god.
He did that. It shit was so graceful. so graceful. Like it reminded me of a scene of like out of the Wizard of Oz or something like that, or like an old movie where like they're clearly on a wire and string and just like slides down out of the fucking sky. He did that shit. It was so graceful. He's so evil yet so graceful.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. And then like he was so strong that he just flipped 2 fingers and fucking terraformed. That shit was sick.
Vernestra's face looked like she was gonna get sick.
Yeah. Because I bet if she's really as old,
because if she's suspecting who I think she knows who it is,
yeah.
That's what it's like. Like she in the bottom of her gut, she is suspecting what she does not want it to be. That's the look on her face.
Yes. Because if that's the case, and that means, depending on how old Vanessa is, she knows and she's encountered them before.
And the thing is, we also have to remember the discussion that Osha has with Chimere. Chimere basically says to her, the Jedi threw me away. And then she asks, how'd you get that scar?
Someone stabbed me in the back.
From the Jedi. So his previous master, whoever his previous master from the Jedi was, who threw him away.
Those were lashes, bro. Those were lashes. Triage, you think what I'm thinking?
That she whipped that nigga like a slave and then told him, jump, motherfucker? Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what turned him to the dark side. Because remember, Vanessa was also Soul's master.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you don't remember me, Master Soul?
And he put emphasis on that master part. Master Soul. So yeah. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. I think Chimere and Soul were Padawans at the same time. But isn't there a rule that a Jedi master only has one apprentice?
Yes.
Well, one Padawan?
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Maybe
and Soul was just the better one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that I seriously think that's what it was.
Oh, it's just gonna be so good.
Oh my god, man! I'm just sitting here thinking about all the possibilities.
I know, it's crazy.
What do you think it was such a big significance that she killed the Jedi without a weapon for?
Wait, what happened?
That's a very good question, because I think that's supposed to symbolize that the weakness of of the Jedi, and I think it's basically spitting in their face, because an unarmed person attacking a Jedi makes the Jedi have to attack them, and they're unarmed, which is their rule. They cannot attack an unarmed person.
Yeah, they're only to draw their lightsaber if they're ready to kill.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. But I think it's more along the lines of, remember how Bane said there's more than just the lightsaber. Lightsaber combat is just one part of being a Sith.
Yes.
A true Sith learns and is able to use the dark side, which is deceit, cunning,
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to me, the way she killed Torben, to me, that was a success. If I'm thinking about it the way that I'm,
and I think that's why Chimere gave her the poison.
Yeah.
And allowed it.
But and that's the thing. That makes no sense, because if he is her master, then if that was, wait, no. She asked him to make the poison.
Yes, but she didn't know that Chimere was him yet.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So she asked Chimere to make her the poison, right? He obliged her to keep with the facade that he had going, and so I don't know. I see, because she didn't poison Torben. Torben chose to take the poison. I feel like the way she did that,
and you have to also remember, maybe these Jedi that Chimere want dead, specifically, maybe he wants these Jedi dead more for a reason than he cares about how they die.
Well, here's the thing. I also feel like Chimere doesn't care about these Jedi that much.
No, he doesn't. Maybe
he cares more about. It seems he cares more about Soul and Jedi.
Well, yeah, but why is it these specific Jedi that were on that planet that night? It's like he's targeting the. It's like he was there. You know what I mean? Like, why is he targeting
that? I always thought that was because those are the Jedi that she wanted to take.
But he's saying
we don't know that.
No, he's saying that. From what I'm getting from what you guys are saying is that he is saying that why were those specific Jedi selected for that mission? And it's like she wants to take them because they were the ones that were there. Well, who was the one that sent them there? Why were they specifically sent to the planet? Because was it because they were best suited for the job, or was it because what they needed to get done, they only trusted them to do it? Once again, it's not about right and wrong; it's about power.
Mm-hmm. And
that's
who
true.
Gets to use it?
That's true.
She even said it herself to her partner. She's like, "Do you want to tell the Jedi how they were made?"
Yeah.
Mm.
And it could have been one of those things like where the Jedi could have found out, and that could have turned into a whole stoning. That could have been why they were dead. Like, we know one of y'all manipulated the Force. Which one of you was it? And they go, "I'm Spartacus." So it's like, all right, fine. Whap, 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 whap. Next thing you know.
Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah, that could be true.
And then they're sitting there flying back like, "Oh, we did what was good. We did what was right. We did what needed to be done." And then everybody's like, "Yeah, nah, you tell that lie to yourself if that's what you want. I'm not ever doing no shit like that again." Because, like they say, only so many people can walk away from the order and walk away from it and do it the way they did.
Yeah. Yeah. Because as we saw when we first see Kalneka, he doesn't have any wardrobe on. He doesn't even have his lightsaber on. So like he had completely like left doing his own thing in isolation.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that is a possibility. That is a very strong possibility. And again, for Soul to feel such remorse for what happened, it was something dark. It was something that shook his faith in the order.
Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I cannot wait until we find out.
I don't know. All I know is that the ending of this needs to be something real fucking good.
Well, you see, this is what I said to myself in the very beginning, right? I didn't know that much about the show yet, or it was only after like the first 2 episodes I watched. But I said to myself, you know, it would be cool if we find out that his master is actually Terebras. And in the ending, however many seasons this show becomes, like in the very, very, very ending, Terebras ends up killing Chimere and then finding Plagueis. And we see Plagueis for the first time in live action on screen with a face.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Or same setup. It's Terebras. Terebras doesn't like the way Chimere's running.
Yeah.
Ends up finding another apprentice, finding his own apprentice, finding another apprentice, and it says, you truly want to prove yourself, kill him.
And it's Plagueis.
And he has and he ends up, it's Plagueis, and Plagueis kills Chimere and takes his place as apprentice.
Shit. Or May could kill Chimere.
Yeah, May could kill Chimere.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like, oh, you thought he was the one running the show? No, I'm the guy. I'm the big boss. Like, oh, you want your place in this galaxy? That's very easy. I'll give you everything you need to succeed. All I need you to do is kill him.
Question: is there? Well, okay. Question: was Terebras a guy or a girl?
A guy. He was not immune. He was not immune. He was what's the other Sith species?
I thought it was immune.
Oh, is immune?
It is no, yeah. There's munes but there's they have tentacles on their face, like not full tentacles, but
shit. Oh,
I know in relation to what you speak. Scourge is one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
That's what Terebras is. He's one of those species. That species.
Okay. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Because like I said, my whole big thing for me, the big mystery is I'm just trying to figure out how. Because me, I don't give a damn about the Jedi. I personally don't. That whole side of the story, I don't give a shit. I want to know who the fuck the Sith Lord is.
Me too.
Because you know, like ever since I started reading Darth Bane, I'm like, who's next? Who the fuck is next?
They don't even have to. They don't even have to put a face on Terebras. They could put Terebras like seeing his back in a chair, like with a dark cloak on, like, and then you could see Plagueis at his feet kneeling or something. I don't know. That would even be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I just feel like that's excuse me, pardon me, sorry. Yeah, no, that's all I truly care about is to see who is in charge of this whole fucking operation. Because thanks to you guys brought to light that Chimere's not the Sith Lord. He's the apprentice. May or Osha are their acolytes. So it goes Lord, apprentice, acolyte. So there's someone above him.
There is.
Or you think it's a possibility he took the pussy ass Sidious route?
No. He's got to have a master. He has to.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That I just wanted to rule that out because he hasn't called himself a Sith Lord. He has not called himself a Sith Lord, and a true Sith Lord would be, yeah, motherfucker, I'm a Sith Lord. I'm a Sith. You wouldn't just like,
well, he
like triage, like you said.
That's the thing though. His helmet had already come off as well. Or he said that. Well, I had a helmet on. Like, it wasn't supposed to show his face.
Yeah, yo, I love that scene so much. He was like, so you would threaten your cause by showing his face? Well, I did have a helmet on, you know? Like, the fuck? It's not like I wanted you to know who I was. This wasn't a part of the plan.
At all.
So, like,
So now I need to kill
that.
everyone. Now I need to kill everyone, last one of you.
Yeah, I love that moment between him and Soul, just like of this, like the slight hint of sarcasm in Chimere's voice of, really, Nick, like I could, if I was had said that, I would have been like, really, nigga, you think I would do all this shit and just to intentionally show you my face so you knew who I was? Like,
yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Do I look that stupid?
Yeah.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Do I look like a bitch?
He got made one, didn't he?
Oh my god.
Do I look like a? Do I look like an idiot to you? No. Damn it. And it's like with all the my helmet's the only thing that's really protecting me from y'all lightsabers. I literally have a weapon on my head, something that protects my head from getting chopped off, and it also has the ability to disable your lightsabers. Why would I intentionally take the shit off in battle? No, it wasn't a part of the plan. Now I gotta kill you all. You fucked up. Now I gotta kill you all. No one's surviving now. You know this, right? Right?
One of Bane's rules.
Now you done made my job a shit ton times harder. All I wanted to do was come here, get an apprentice, and go to fuck home. But no, you Jedi just want to put your noses where it shouldn't motherfucking belong. Who the fuck cares that there's roasted yo Clifford in the hut there? Nobody gives a damn about a roasted Clifford. Nah, that's the way I would have handled the situation. Like, this never happened. Never happened. You didn't see me. I was never here. But now I gotta kill you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. This show, I like it. It's good. The show's good. Again, like you said, I'm not blown out of the water, but it feels better than the last 3 movies. The last 3 movies felt like, you guys ever watch Matilda?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know exactly what I'm talking. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like the last 3 movies felt like being forced to sit there and eat and eat and eat, just straight being force fed.
A sandwich made of shit.
Yeah. My blood, sweat, and tears went into this. I don't give a damn. So, but this doesn't feel that way to me. It doesn't feel like they're feeding me shit. It feels fresh. It feels new. To me, it feels like a freshly made salad, but it's just missing the dressing that to set it off. You know what I mean? It's just missing a few things to make it a real good ass salad. Like, it's fresh, it's healthy, but it's just missing something. Yeah, I'm hungry. If you guys haven't realized,
it's missing a little.
Yeah, there's just something that it's missing, and I personally don't know what it is yet. But I'm gonna take what they're giving. I'm gonna take this. I'll take this. you know, and hopefully they do make those changes later on down the line. Hopefully this whole thing comes to a nice little neat point. And we only get one season, because I feel like this is not a story or a show that they can drag out more than one season. This has to be a limited series. I just don't think that they'll be able to carry that freshness into a second season. And even then, by the time we get the second season, it's probably going to be like 2-3 years later.
It'll be like scratching your balls while it's hot.
Yeah. There's just, I don't know. I just feel like they need to, especially with what they got going on with Ahsoka, Mando, and Boba Fett.
What?
What
was that last one?
Boba Fett?
Did we talk about Boba Fett?
No, but they're about to do a crossover. The next season of Ahsoka, they're having that crossover.
But do we talk about Boba Fett? I'm biased. I'll stay quiet.
Listen, so I have nothing against Boba Fett per se. I have an issue with the fact that they made Book of Boba Fett season 2.5 of Mando. That's where my problem is.
I get it.
You know, that's just me. But you know, everyone has their. So yeah, I personally have no problem with Boba. But yeah, so they're clearly gonna go get the Mandalorians, and clearly when the Mandalorians run, Mando's gonna be like, "Well, I need the extra backup." He's gonna go to Boba like, "Hey, yo, fam, remember when I helped you take over this city? Yeah, I'm gonna need your help to stop niggas from taking over the galaxy." You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, and then somehow Ahsoka is gonna get off of Dathomir. And it's really cool because like
Ahsoka's not on Dathomir.
Wait, no. Ahsoka? Is it Dathomir?
No, nigga, Dathomir is Darth Maul's homeworld.
Yes. Those where the witches are from.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the sisters are from Dathomir. Fuck, what planet were they on?
Kofar?
No. I'm talking about Ahsoka.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Thanks for reminding me about that triage. Yeah, because I was like, oh, they're on Dathomir. Then I remember, like, the witches are from Dathomir. That's just another settlement that they had on that planet. I can't remember what planet, but yeah, wherever Ahsoka is, somebody's gonna go get Ahsoka off of there. So, yeah, I don't feel like the Acolyte should have a season 2. I feel like they should leave it as is. They should do, maybe do another series that involves or incorporates stuff from the Acolyte. Because at this point in time, they're not moving forward and within their timeline. Right now, they're filling in the gaps between the movies and giving us shit that happened before episode 1. That's all they're doing. They're giving us in-between movie. They're filling in the gaps and giving us prequel shit. So, and because they know they can't. They can't. Unless they time jump. Unless they put a time skip in that shit.
Listen. Let's not have a whole fucking House of the Dragon scenario. Let's not do that.
Oh, whoa. Hey, I have not caught up. But House of the Dragon did time skip a lot. Even in that first season, they time skipped a lot. They time skipped like 5 times? Each episode took place in a different point. Damn near.
I'd say it was at least 5 to 6, yes.
Yeah. So But I just feel like in order to get away from the BS that they gave us at the end there, they gotta jump at least, now that they're going 100 years back, they gotta jump 100 years forward after that. After the last movie. They have to go 100 years after the last movie just to get away from that bullshit. To make sure it's 100 years, majority of the people that are in that movie are dead now. So now we can introduce new characters. Because that was also probably the problem too. With these 3 movies, they probably didn't jump far enough ahead.
Well, no. Hold on. As far as we're talking about the movies, man, we know what the problem was.
We know what the problem was.
It was an agenda push. It wasn't straight facts. That had nothing to do with satisfaction for people who knew the lore and the history.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't for us.
By no means.
Awful.
And don't get me wrong. I could appreciate the whole female protagonist, and I didn't. And there's
absolutely.
nothing.
I love a badass female lead
who played Ray. But my whole thing was like her character in general to me fucking sucked.
She did. They had zero fucking character development. Zero character development. We barely get to know the character.
Right? Yeah, you literally find out who she is at the end.
Like, and even then, man, like, yo, that to me was like, this is one of those moments where they could have actually ended this on a darker note and done this a lot more justice. Like, I found out that Rey was a Palpatine before I had even seen the movie. Mm-hmm. Because someone did like this fan picture of like her standing next to Kylo while he was on Snoke's throne. And it said Supreme Leader Snoke and Lady Palpatine. And I was like, I didn't think nothing of it, so I scrolled past it. And I scrolled back and I was like, wait a minute, Rey's a Palpatine? And then they both had like the dark lightsabers. They could have done that and just let them have been evil and it'd been better to me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. Or if they really wanted to drag this shit out, have them flop. Have them swap. Kylo goes good. Rey goes bad. Kylo can't bring himself to kill her.
Nope. Don't say that. We got another 3 movies. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, if they really wanted to make it better than the bullshit that they gave us, like Kylo going good, that made sense to me. That to me, that part made sense. Rey staying good to me. Well, Rey's character in general made no sense. Like, a character makes no damn sense when the character doesn't even know who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
How are we as the audience supposed to learn a character that doesn't even know herself? It took 3 movies for her to even figure out who the fuck she was. 3 movies.
Well, that's because they didn't know who she was. They didn't know that they were going to make her a Palpatine. They decided that shit last minute. Somebody walked in and was like, yo, bro, I got an idea. Just follow me. Listen to what I'm about to say to you, son. Mind blowing. And they're like, oh, that's fucking great, man. Everyone's going to eat this shit alive.
We need something. We need something because we're burning. We're crashing and burning. Let's go. What you got?
And then at the end of the movie, who are you? I'm Rey Skywalker. Oh, you suck.
Man, I was in the theaters. I saw the shit in theaters. It was me and Deso in the theaters.
Oh,
and
man.
Everyone else in the fucking theater, when she said that shit, everyone was like, what the fuck? Boo, man. It was pure teen chaos in that theater.
Wow.
It was chaos in that theater. Like, so it's man, I have never seen a company write themselves into a corner so fucking hard that they can't write themselves out of. Marvel's done it quite a few times. Marvel's known for doing it big time. DC's done it before. Other comic books have done it before.
But
they've always been able to write themselves out.
I think that Disney should literally just hand Star Wars over to
Favreau and Filoni.
Correct, and just let them make a movie that have all the characters from their shows.
I have a better idea. Give it to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Have them make a movie, and we find out in that movie that the events of the last 3 movies
were a dream,
were a premonition. Were a premonition. And thus they can redo all that shit. Kate Daisy Ridley, I like her. I like her.
Oh,
right? Really? You don't like her? But give her a better script. Better script. Rewrite the character of Rey completely and utterly. Let's have the last 3 movies.
She should put on the metal bikini.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Where was I?
What a choice. What a choice back then, really.
I don't know. Wait, you said so just this fuck Rey's character in general? Just fuck Rey's character. Make her a sex slave. Really? That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying?
He said that. I would never nope, he said that.
No, not you. I didn't say you did. He said put her in the metal bikini.
I mean, it would make for a more interesting, entertaining movie.
Maybe. Nigga right here, man.
I don't know. Like, I know we pride ourselves on not being PC on this show. But I don't know if I can openly laugh at that. Openly laugh. Openly laugh. Hear my words. Openly laugh at that. I don't think I can openly laugh at that.
Oh, man.
He told her to be sold. He said for her to be sold to the Hutts so Java can violate her with his tail and his tongue.
Oh, my God.
I'm a Dawazima.
You know the language that Java the Hutt speaks is the same language the worms speak in Men in Black?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
It is. It's so fucking cool. Because that was like their little way of like, the little Easter eggs. There's so many like Star Wars Easter eggs in damn near fucking everything that involves space. Like E.T. You see a costume of Yoda, right? Did you hear the theory that E.T. is actually a part of the Star Wars universe? You guys ever hear that one?
E.T. is a part of the Star Wars universe
because his people are actually a part of the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And so when E.T. was walking in the movie and the kid walked by in the Yoda costume, he said, "Friend." Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. This nigga E.T., he walking on a planet he don't know. He trying to get home. He seen somebody. Homie. Hey, yo, homie. Nigga. Oh, you gonna act like you don't know me now? Really? You act like you don't know me now?
See, is that what you would have preferred if you'd have been like, "What's up, my nigga?" That made it better.
Hey, I'm just saying. I said I felt bad for him because he thinking that that's his homie, and so now he got a bad taste in his mouth from his homeboy because he thinking that's his homie, and he's like, "Nigga, I need help me," and he's thinking that his homie just left him hanging. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just feel bad because I would really hate to be in a really tight, bad situation. I see somebody that's my people's that I trust, and I'm asking them for help, and they ignore me while I'm in a really bad, man, I'd feel some kind of way. Bro, I am stranded on the side of and if, man, Triage, listen to me. If I am stranded in the middle of nowhere, and I see your ass drive by and I ask for help and you keep on driving, I'm going to be pissed. Like, I could see that situation, E.T. looking at it like, oh, finally, I'm saved. And it just walks on by like, shit. I'm just saying.
Maybe if he had paid Yoda the money back he owed him, he wouldn't have been left. I'm just saying. Like, remember that one time we didn't pass the blunt, nigga? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Remember that one time you canoed my blunt? Remember the last time you drank all the Jameson? Uh-huh. Yeah. You're going to think next time you go to take a sip from my bottle.
Oh my god.
That's fucked up. But no, I just thought that was I just wanted a quick little side tangent on that. But yeah, let's take a quick break, hear from our podcast friends, and then we'll get back with our final remarks.
Going on, everybody, Lloyd Jones with Midnight Comics here, and we'd like to introduce you guys to our show, The Indie Breakdown, a show where we break down your favorite indie comic book characters' power, stats, and abilities, and get them ready for an eventual indie versus matchup. All Indie Breakdown episodes go live first on Spotify and on Patreon, with them eventually showing up on YouTube. So if you guys want to check out The Indie Breakdown and learn more from your favorite indie comic book creators, now's the time to do so. We hope you guys decide to tune in, and remember, until next time, midnight is coming.
Hi, I go by Lady Mandalore, the creator of Roomful of Words. Do you have a whiteboard in your room? Do people get a glazed over look in their eye when you start to explain things to them? Well, come join me every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we can talk comics and get to know some new creators of color, only on YouTube and Twitch.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Calvin, from the Icarus Podcast, and I just want to say that we got new episodes coming next Saturday and every Saturday after that. So all I will have to say from here is keep enjoying the show. You can check us out, www.icarusmetrocomics.com. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and more. See y'all next time.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Super Breakdown. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the Darth man himself, Darth Legacy, Jason M40.
Yo.
This whole episode has been specifically about the Acolyte, episodes 1 through 6, our thoughts on episodes 1 through 6, how we feel, and where we would like to see this go. And what the bigger side of it is, what implications does the events of the Acolyte have on the rest of the lore going forward, since Acolyte happens 100 years before episode 1. So to our knowledge, after Acolyte, the only other time a Sith is seen is episode 1 with Maul, who technically isn't a Sith at that time. He himself would be an Acolyte. So pretty much just like what the implications are, depending. And we probably have 2, maybe 3 episodes left. So 2 or 3 more weeks, we'll be having another Acolyte episode talking about episode 7 onward. But as of right now, I don't know. Let's get into our final remarks. Triage. How has your experience been watching the Acolyte, and where would you like to see this go? And what implications do you feel it has on the overall lore? How's it?
We haven't seen how it's going to affect the overall lore yet, so I'm still waiting. And it's one of those things like where Anakin was supposed to be like, quote unquote, space Jesus. So it's like, somebody else doing it first or doing it with a better because there was a set of twins. I mean, I'm not really surprised because if anything, that makes more sense that there'd be someone else manipulating the Force through life and the caring of children. But I have an issue with the overall arcs of the characters. Like, there's no one who I've seen who I'm like, that character's phenomenal or that character's super cool or the characters are in the Star Wars universe, but no character yet has blown me away. And it's like I appreciated the lightsaber combat and everything, but once again, my nigga, it was a 1v8 and he butchered him.
Yeah, they had no chance. Only person that truly gave him the issue was Jackie. I feel like,
even then, he was like,
yeah. I don't know. Like him fighting Jackie, he had to reveal his secret, his sword,
his double saber.
Yeah, I don't even know. That was like a light. That wasn't even a lightsaber. That was a light dagger. Because it was so small. It was so small. It was shorter than Ahsoka's second blade.
Well, remember when I think automatically if you take apart your saber into 2, if it's built that way, the blades shorten.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was running a dual blade, but it was just like inverted.
Each blade would have its own kyber crystal. So if he had 2 handles that fused together, technically he just had to turn the blade off, turn it back on again. But maybe that's one of the reasons why the blade as a whole looks so different from the other ones, because it's not 1 crystal, it's 2.
That's what I was thinking. Because remember, when he stabbed Jackie with his dagger blade, his blade was still the rest of his blade was still ignited.
Yes.
So he was running like a inverted double blade. And so like when he took so pretty much it was 2 hilts that connected like a double blade, or those who have the ability to disconnect their double blades. But it just like it was just facing the other way. So when he's able to twist it off and it's hit the button, and now he has a little tiny little zap little dagger. He hit her 3 times in a triangle. I was like, all right, there's got to be some kind of way that she'll survive. He hit her once. I was like, damn, she could survive 1. We've seen people survive 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, she's dead.
That's one thing that I can appreciate. At least is like, at least they're not scared to kill off these characters, and they actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Yor to die. I was not expecting Yor to die.
Oh no, it was the most brutal death.
Yeah. All the other ones got honorable deaths. Everyone else got an honorable Jedi death, in battle. But him, he just snapped.
He's like, take this.
Put that nigga's head on backwards. I don't like this. They need to stop giving us the damn Killmonger haircut. Because now I'm thinking about it. every black character I've seen with the Killmonger haircut since Killmonger has died.
Nigga, what are you getting at?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like I just feel like it might be a bad omen to have the Killmonger. I think when they decide to give a black character to Killmonger, they're probably gonna die in whatever they're doing. I haven't played through Tekken yet, so I don't know what Eddie's story is, because they gave Eddie Gordo the Killmonger. So I don't know if Eddie dies in this Tekken or not. I haven't played that, but so far, Yord has died, Killmonger dead. And I think there was a few others. I don't know. I got to double check, because that hairstyle is running rampant. And yeah, I don't know. They shouldn't have killed my nigga Yord, though.
What was impressing about him? I'll wait.
Nah, I wanted to see more from him. You know what I mean? I wanted to see, because he was the only nigga.
So?
I want to see more from the only nigga. He was the only nigga there with a lightsaber.
Okay.
He didn't even get killed by it. He didn't even get killed in lightsaber combat. I felt like that was disrespectful as hell. You don't give the rest of these unnamed characters, a Star Wars death. But you're not going to give the only nigga there a Star Wars death?
I mean, I get it.
I get give him the most brutal of them all? It's like that. I felt like that shit was personal.
The most brutal death was the two people he ran through together in unisons.
Oh yeah, when he ran the one through and then used the force to pull the other one onto the saber.
Yes,
that was sick. I want to say that's brutal, but that was pretty fucking sick though. That was really fucking sick. I wouldn't say that was more brutal than getting your neck snapped. And it wasn't like an instant snap either. Like, he held him there. Yeah. Looked at everyone. Made sure Yord looked at everyone. And then snapped his neck. And didn't just let him drop. And then threw him into the bushes.
When was this?
When he snapped Yord's neck, he threw him into the bushes.
But you're making it seem like he Jazzy Jeff this nigga, man. That's not.
I felt disrespected by that death. No, what? Hold on, damn it. Hold on. Now I'm gonna pull up that scene. Now I gotta pull that scene up now.
Go ahead.
Now I gotta pull that scene up. Make sure I'm not just being extra.
Apparently, the nigga he was gutted, he was filleted, he was curb stomped, he was.
Give me a moment. Let me find this.
So dramatic.
They don't show the last part. Oh wait, or is it? Hold on. Wait, there we go. Breaks his arm, snaps his neck, and then throws him.
Throws him like trash.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Here we go. All right. Yeah. No. We no. Yep. We doing this. Make sure everyone ends up able to see this. One moment.
I can't wait.
All right, hold on. Trish is not in there. Yes, I'm moving things around. This is out of the normal, people. but we got to see this. Is that full screen for y'all?
Yep. Go ahead.
Yep.
You surprise.
Breaks his arm. Snap. And it's tosses motherfucker like Jazzy Jeff. Like, come on now. Breaks his arm, snaps his neck, and then throws him like he's trash.
I'm just saying, with the way you saw this guy wield the lightsaber, do you feel like he gave him a more dignified death if he ran him through?
Honestly, I felt I personally let me see the fight. Let me see him fight. Let me see him fight again. Let's see. Let me see him fight, and I'll judge. All right, so he disables other people's. I mean, the other ones didn't last as long as he did. And then he force pulls the other dude into the saber. Nah, bro, his blade is definitely red. But it's definitely like a bright red. Yeah, I wouldn't say a pink. It's definitely a bright red, though. Definitely a bright red. I don't know. But I just feel like they did the nigga dirty. They did him dirty. But I mean, I'm still offended, but I'm offended. Fuck it. I'm offended. I'm offended. I just feel like I'll put it this way. I'll say this. Star Wars needs to take better care of their black characters. How about that?
Whoa.
Am I wrong?
We're talking about the wavy hair Jigaboo and how he was a slave to Darth Vader. And we're talking about Mace Windu and him getting his arm cut off and getting force pushed out the window. And we're talking about Jar Jar Binks, the Jamaican fish who gave Palpatine the rest of
Whoa, pause. Whoa. Holy shit. Jamaican fish. That is wild. Whoa. I've never heard that before. Jamaican fish. But I see it though. And it pains me to say it, but I see it.
Listen, that nigga from the Caribbean, so you can't no one tell me different.
I mean, if you want to point out the fact that he was under the sea, I guess.
Nah, like he was like, "Oh, be so clumsy. You got barrels because you got bags because you were clumsy." Nah, he was in the kitchen with his niggas, chefing up the work, and he fucked up the fat. After that, he couldn't be with his people no more.
Oh my god!
And that's really what it was too, because he was like in the military and he fucked up something and people got hurt, and so they banished him. Well, I can see the leader of the Gungans. On a fucking fire ass reggae beat, reggae rhythm. He said, "Misase, misase."
Holy shit!
And again, people, I can say that because I'm Caribbean. I can say that. Nigga. But No, for real though. But do I not have a point though? If you look at all like on the serious side of things, if you look at all the black characters that have been in Star Wars and that have been on screen or been a part of the squad, they treat them like shit. They either get killed or like and look what happened. I know what you're gonna say. Just let me say what I gotta say. Look at Finn.
Oh my god.
Look at Finn.
Was a bitch.
But they could have made him more.
They could have. They could have made Poe Daniels more too, but he was a bitch.
Yeah, I agree. I most definitely agree. But like they could have built Finn up to have been the reluctant one to be a Jedi. And honestly, he used that lightsaber way better than Rey did.
But here's another thing too. That right there makes no fucking sense.
I know, because the lightsaber combat is not the sole thing of being a Jedi. But I feel like
no, fuck that. It's a very big part of you being a Jedi. Nigga, I'm saying that there's no way that you should wield a weapon where you could potentially cut your own dick off. Fight against somebody who's trained since they could walk with said fucking weapon and beat him in a fight.
You're talking about Finn when he was fighting the
I'm talking about Finn and Rey.
Well, here's the thing with Finn though. Remember, he was a stormtrooper.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to what
they were trained?
No, he has, but that wouldn't have gave him training in lightsaber combat.
No, but it gave him training on how to use a very shiny stick that can hurt.
Nope.
In order to duel and do combat with someone who has trained. So think of it this way, right? In order to, let's say you pick up a sword, and let's say you're going against somebody that has been trained with a sword, you're gonna lose because they are trained, right? But let's say some nigga trying to fight you, they square up with you with your hands, and you pick up a sword. Who has the upper hand there? The nigga with the sharp, pointy thing. So in that situation between Finn and the stormtrooper, he knows how that stormtrooper fights because he used to be a stormtrooper. Yes, that was an advanced stormtrooper, but he's seen their training. So it's not too hard to think, okay, I know what this is. This is a lightsaber. Jedis use this thing to kill, which means it can kill. And it can also, and it pretty much can cut through anything. Okay, I know how this person fights. I'm just going to be very careful not to cut my own dick off.
The Jedi don't get it. He should have cut himself in fucking half. All right?
How? It's not that hard to pick up a stick and use it. I can literally pick up my broom, go outside, and beat a motherfucker over the head with a broom.
Good luck with it.
I know I can. Anybody can pick up a stick and hit somebody with it.
You're telling me that you can pick up a broom, go attack Donnie Yen, and you win.
But that's not the situation. That wasn't the situation.
That's not the situation.
No, it wasn't. The gap between Finn as a stormtrooper and that stormtrooper was not that big. And it's not that hard. He has a giant club that has electricity on it. Let's not get hit by that. Finn was in a common sense situation. I know common sense isn't so common, but it's common sense. There's a dude in front of you with a stick that has lightning on it, and he's trying to hit you with it. Common sense says, let me not get hit by that stick. Oh, I have a whole stick of fire that is known to cut through damn near anything. I'm gonna swing it and hopefully I kill that person. Oh, and since it can cut through anything, let me make sure I don't hit myself with it.
Yeah. All right. Whatever you say.
Fuck it. I can go get my lightsaber right now, put it together, and I got to charge it because I haven't charged it in a while. I can go outside and I can common sensely beat somebody to fuck up with the goddamn lightsaber.
Okay.
And no, you know what? Let me not hit myself with it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you turn it on. Wow, that's bright. That's hot. This is known to kill people. It's like you're holding a knife. You don't be like, oh, I'm just going to swing this knife towards my arm or towards my knee or towards my leg. No, you know that it's sharp. You know that it hurts and you know that it kills people. So your common sense thing is, let me not hit myself with it. There's no particular. He wasn't getting fancy. He wasn't doing flourishes with the lightsaber. He was doing basics. Hiya, hiya, hiya. He wasn't pulling an Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan flourishes shit behind his back, tossing it up in the air, catching it in an offhand, throw it this way, throw it back over there, catch it in his mouth. No, he wasn't doing all that. That is what Jedi training is for. Yeah, that was a pause moment. Yeah, there was a pause moment in there. I just wanted to get done saying what I was saying before I hit the pause. But yeah, the Jedi training with a lightsaber is, yes, so they don't cut their own dick off or their own boob off, but it's also to be able to learn how to guard against someone else using a lightsaber. But using a lightsaber is also to strengthen your ability in the Force. Your ability to focus and not cut your dick off, but also be able to defend yourself.
Why are we having this conversation?
It's the end of the show. This is what we do. I don't know. I just feel like Finn's situation was more survivable than Rey's situation.
No, it was not.
It definitely was.
No,
Rey, who had never picked up a lightsaber before or even ignited a lightsaber before, is going up against someone who's trained by Luke Skywalker, whose grandfather was the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy for like 50 years. So he had been trained as a Jedi and trained as a Sith. He had light years more training within the Force and with the lightsaber than she did. As a matter of fact, she had zero training in the Force and training with a lightsaber. She should not have even been able to come close to battling him. Now, you have an elite, he's not even an elite stormtrooper. He was just an advanced stormtrooper with a lightning baton. He was slow as hell. But Finn actually struggled. And taking him out was a pure fluke. But the way they had Rey battle Kylo was as if she knew what the fuck she was doing. No sense whatever. And again, Finn has knowledge of that stormtrooper combat. He was raised from a child as a stormtrooper.
And what was the stormtrooper combat would have consisted? How them niggas were the worst shot in the universe. How all they did was get fucked by the surviving Jedi every chance they could.
That is very true. But that's the thing. Back then, they weren't raising stormtroopers from children up. When Vader, they weren't raising them from children up. They were actually people enlisting in their army. And this is after they got rid of the clones. So in this new regime, what is it? The Second Order, they call themselves? First Order? Yeah, they were actually raising, not clones, but actually raising children like the Jedi did. But pretty much the Jedi raised them from kids, pretty much. But they were getting kids when they were very young and training them since they were children. Finn had been trained as a stormtrooper from a child, and those stormtroopers, they were actually hitting their fucking shots. They weren't no regular stormtroopers.
What about Thrawn stormtroopers?
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Thrawn stormtroopers is that they weren't alive, right? He used the sisters pretty much made him an undead army. So I don't even count them. I don't even count them. But no, I just feel like they need to stop shitting on the black characters. Okay, even if you want to take Finn out the equation, they've thrown all their black characters to the wayside. I really feel like it's an episode, it's a big ass episode of Family Guy.
What?
Every movie gets one. Right, Peter? Yep. Everybody gets one.
My God.
I'm sorry. Did you see any other black? Have you seen any other black Jedi in Acolyte? Okay. What other black Jedi? Well, and here's the thing. This is what also has me scared for the actor who played the voice of Jar Jar Binks. As you see in Mandalorian, he actually plays an actual live action role, like a physical role, and he's the one that saves Grogu and gets him out the temple during 66. Right? So I fear for him. Because look what he did with the other badass Jedi, black Jedi. That was bald. They threw that motherfucker out a window.
Oh my God.
Now, if he had said motherfuckers, he said out the window, would it made you have felt better?
It would have.
As he fell out the window?
Motherfucker.
Not even that. And it has to exactly. It had to trail on. I would have loved the moment of him like his arm gets cut off. He doesn't realize it right away. It doesn't like the pain doesn't hit him right away. His arm gets cut off. He's like, huh, you motherfucker. And then he gets blasted out the window and he's just fucker. That would have made me feel a little bit better because at least he got the last laugh. You know what I'm saying? The last word. You know what I mean? Again, I feel like he wouldn't have gone out like a bitch. You know, he wouldn't have gone out like Marcellus Wallace. He wouldn't have gone out like a bitch.
Well, they wanted initially to kill him in his sleep, if memory serves me correctly.
Oh, nigga, that's worse. That's worse.
And he was like, yo, I'm the baddest man in the galaxy. There's no way I'm going to die in my sleep.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I don't know. I just feel like they need to treat their black characters a little bit better. Make them actually, do something and last. Maybe that's why they didn't make Finn a Jedi. Maybe they spared Finn. They know they kill all their black Jedi. So maybe there's like, hey, we're gonna keep this black character in here, but he's not gonna be a Jedi because if he's black and becomes a Jedi, then we gotta kill him.
So awful.
It is. But y'all, that has been the Super Breakdown, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Tune in next week. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about. We just gonna talk our shit next week. We're gonna find some new shit that some new shit that's been going on and coming out. But yeah, no, we will see you until next time. And remember, as always, peace is a lie, and fuck prep time.
Prep time was a hooker. I'd make her suck my dick.
Wait, what?
Good night.
That was wild.